What's up, guys? Santoli here with Edward Liu, who managed to get top 32 at YCS Vancouver playing Maliss. So what do you think of the deck in the current format? You know, a lot of people are saying that the Juhu decks just power crept the old decks. Do you think that's true, or do you think the deck's still a very viable option?
I think Maliss it can compete in terms of power level with the other decks, and because Maliss is still doing the Maliss end boards where your end board's nearly unbeatable, and I just thought it was the best option for me because I didn't think any of the other decks were in such a high terms of power level compared to Maliss for me to play them, because I have the most experience on Maliss. And I think it's a decent meta call for now if you know how to play the deck, as you see with less Lancias, because most of my losses were to Lancia.
Alright, so get into the profile.
Yeah, so I didn't need to reinvent the wheel. It's just basic Maliss, but you just, because again, the deck, what it did before is still just as strong. It's just sometimes you'll get hit by the crazy new Justice format or Justice Hunter format combos with like Holy Sue Revealing and Azuna. But if you can play, you can win. So we're playing 2 March Hare. So I 2 Rabbit, 2 Dormouse, and 3 Chessie. I was thinking about playing 2 Chessie and 3 March Hare, but you just need the names that sum themselves. So I played 2 Underground, Terraforming, Gold Stark, Malice from the Mirror. I played GWC, MTP. So I played GWC because it helps you combo through when you get interrupted awkwardly, like with the Fimenas, the Azunas, whatever. I also just wanted it to feel safe against the VS matchup in case I got burned for too much. But you can side it out for sure. And then I played 3 backup and 1 wizard. I think that you have to play the 3 backup, because otherwise, without backup, the deck's consistency is too low. Like, it's unfortunate that Marcher and backup play into the Azuna, but you just have to play them to increase your ceiling. Then the rest is all non-engine. The choices are pretty self-explanatory. I started playing 3 Ash, 2 Nib, 3 Fua, 2 Perulia, Mag Druis, followed by Talents, 3 Imperm, and 3 Impulse. So the Bystials lose a lot of power this format, but Magnuma is still such a strong card, and it's also sort of a pseudo extender, so I still decided to play those. And Called By was I was always siding Called By, and I was always keeping it in both sides to hit Lancia, so I decided to main it because it gets extra utility to hit the Azunas and the Fimenas. Talents is just there because I was siding Thrust, and it was good. Impulse is the reason you would play this deck. Imperm to pair with Impulse, and it's very good to hit Rippers. Then of course you need 3 Fua. So the only thing that's not very standard Ash, of course, for the Charmies is just 2 Nib and 2 Perulia. So I thought Nib was the strongest non-engine to pair with any of these cards. And Perulia, I think it was okay against most of the decks. If my opponent wasn't making the full board because they got Perulia, for example, for Yummy, I thought I was able to win. So that's the main deck. For the extra deck, extra deck's pretty standard. I'm playing Lingeribo, Link Disciple, because you don't need the second Lingeribo to negate the trap, and it comes up that this is a light. And I had to play Link Spider to beat Nib. Almirage, I decided to play Lizardos because I was scared of there can only be one, and then Lizardos is like the only sort of efficient way to out it because it's a reptile, and then you can make SP with it. Then I had to play Splash Mage, Wicked. I decided to keep on playing Dark. This card I didn't summon very much, but the idea was that you could take Borger and draw, and you can do some cool stuff with that. I played 1 Malice Mirror is good in there, but you could cut it for sure. I played SP, White Binder, Red Ransom, and Cryptor. These you just need. I can still play Firewall. Firewall I didn't summon too much, but you just need it for your awkward lines. Then you play Access Code and Ally Code. So I didn't play Bomber. I just didn't feel that it was necessary. I felt that the lines where I was ending on Bomber, I just ended on Firewall. And then I decided to not play the K9 cards because the K9 cards as hand traps, I don't think they're very good in Maliss because you have to dedicate 2 extra deck slots, which are like the Almirage and like the Dark, which could come up. And these 2 extra deck slots you're committing for cards that you only see a third of the time. And I also just thought the confliction with Impulse, the fact that sometimes you get Cybers locked, so you can't make the XZs, was just not worth it. I also think that if you're not playing a full committed K9 deck and you're only using Azuna as a hand trap, you want Nash Knight and at least 1 number to pair with it. and I just don't have the extra deck space for 4 cards. So then for the side deck, it was pretty standard again. I decided to play 3 Lancia just to respect the mirror. You know, you can hit Luna Light, but the issue with Lancia is it only really hits this deck, and you can't hit Crystron, so you could definitely debate cutting it. I'd say play 3 Droll just to cover VS and Mitsurazio. And I decided to play 1 Shifter because going into his event, I was a bit scared of Draco Tail, and this just helped fix some side patterns for Draco Tail. Then for the rest of the side deck, I decided to go for a Thrust package with 3 Thrust, Raigeki, Duster, Blackcoat, D-Barrier, and the last card was Rivalry. So I decided to play a Thrust instead of a Mistaken Arrest and Solemn Warning and any of the Solemn cards, because I think the ceiling for your end board is better with those cards, but if your opponent starts playing on your turn, Thrust is much better. And the targets to set are very good right now because Blackcoat is very good against Yummy, and D-Barrier, again, I was a bit scared of Draco Tail, and it helped that. And Rivalry was really good to help fix some side patterns.
Do you find there was much issue with people playing on your turn with the K9 cards, or are they easy to deal with? Or even the Holy Sue?
Like the Holy Sue, like the good thing with this deck is it has the most like in-engine outs to those cards. Like I had games where I was drawing Malice in the Mirror to counter them. You have Ash and Impulse, so they're not that big a deal, which is why I think this deck can still compete.
Okay, any shouts before we wrap up?
Just shout outs to everybody who messaged me and support, cheering me on round 1 and 2, day 1 and day 2. There's too many of you, but I just know I really appreciate you guys, and thanks.
All right, thanks, Superwell, and congrats on top again.
Thank you.